Hello and welcome to my master class. No, that's so 2008 with Facebook, but welcome to Model Outputs class here for events and notifications. This is something that's right up my alley. I love doing these. And actually, I just answered a question to someone about this recently, and so I thought, you know what, let's do a video on this specifically. So events and notifications, basically they have four main functions. All right, so you can send an email when an event happens in the system. So think of it like the three main ones are object added, changed, and deleted. All right, so let's say you add a job to your system. That's an event. That's something that triggers. So then I could send an email to someone and say, hey, there's a new job. Go look at it. Then the other one is notification. So you might not have email for every employee in your shop, and that's fine. When they're working within the PACE application, you can actually send a little notification within the system. You can see one behind me blinking. So this little guy right here. You can decide who that goes to. You can have it pop up. You can have a confirmation that a read message has taken place. Very cool feature. And then the other two, you can print a report. So again, I've done like blackout workflow automations where we get orders in from our storefront, and I don't even want someone to look at it. I know my manufacturing standard is correct. Just pass it through, and I printed the report directly at the on the floor next to the digital printer, let's say, or the offset printer. So you can have something trigger and say like, oh, I added a job from my storefront, print the job jacket right next to the operator so that they can start working on the job. And the last one is called the PACE Connect. So the PACE Connect is a very neat tool that enables systems to talk together. So it uses XML. Okay, XML is just a tool basically to give a document to a system so that it understands what data you have. So basically, it's like a custom way to interact between systems and exchange data. So XML is a great way, universally used way to integrate two systems together, basically. And then you might be asking, like, does every system come with this? No, it does not. It is a licensable product or module within the system. So if you do not have this, please reach out to your sales rep. I'd be happy to go into it further with you and get in contact with ePS on your behalf. And what do you need to know? So you do need to have a little bit of technical skills of knowing tables and fields and how to find them and understand triggers a little bit. You probably will need to know a little bit of XPath. XPath is just a pathing tool that lets you look at particular fields. So, for example, in my job added from a storefront, right? And that's an event, job added, but then from the storefront is the condition, right? So that condition needs to be met, in a way that you can check that condition is to use XPath. So I can say, when the type equals 5001, which means it came from my storefront, or whatever it may be, only for this customer do I want to do this trigger. So XPath is a way that you can evaluate the fields and test conditions. And then the other thing is Jexel. It's a Java expression tool, and basically I only use one or two statements from it. I've only found one of them to be very useful, and that's event is changed. So there's a little Jexel tool in there that you can say like, oh, this field actually changed when the job was updated. Very handy and important to understand and use. But before we get all into the specifics here, that I just wanted to cover what you need to know, that it is a licensable module and what it can do. In the next video, we're going to go over a simple example. We're just going to go over a simple object added, and we're going to trigger an event to happen. So catch you at the next video.